Hello guys and welcome back to the channel and to another weekly watches. So I've only got 4 movies to talk about, two series, one I haven't finished yet. So let's get kicked straight in with what I watched this week. So that's my little screen. Should we just appreciate my screensaver for a second? That's just the middle of the screen, obviously you can't see any of the wee icons, but look at that. Look at that. So here we go. So on the 8th of January, I watched a movie called C-Section, which is on Netflix at the moment. Now, where was this? I can't remember. Okay, so this movie is actually from Lebanon. It's in Arabic. Would I suggest you take the time to watch it? No, it wasn't very good. I've given it a 2.5. It's basically about two different families that both the women are pregnant, about to go into labour. We have a very affluent, rich family and a family from the mountains that don't have very much. But what the family from the mountains have in terms of love and family is a bit lacking in the family that have a lot of money. It's a comedy, it's okay. It entertained me somewhat, but it certainly wouldn't be something I would suggest to you guys to go out and watch. I don't think an awful lot of you would love it. So that's C-Section. On the following evening, I'm not going to talk. You can see what I've written on that screen there. I am not going to talk at any length about this because I need to do a review for it today, because it is the second film I watched from my 12 movies over 12 weeks by 12 friends. Background on this is my husband has been talking about this movie since I met him. Anytime medieval movies come up, anytime people talk about Game of Thrones, anytime, anything like Braveheart, anything, he says Excalibur, and he's always ranting and raving about Excalibur. It's got Liam Neeson in. Everybody knows he's from my hometown. He went to school with my parents. So I do like to watch Liam Neeson. It's that sort of like homegrown pride of, your little small town producing this big star. So I finally watched Excalibur. I shall not be watching Excalibur again, that's all I'll say to you. Even Darren, who hasn't seen it in years, had to admit, although he says, well, I wouldn't go as far as saying it was shit, but it wasn't how he remembered, put it that way. I will talk why in my review. So the following evening, Significant Other. This is a little horror movie. I would call it a sort of sci-fi horror. I was attracted to it because Micah Monroe is in it, and I really like her. Jack Lacey's in it with her. So this couple go to a forest to camp, sort of like a romantic trip. They're hiking about the place, backpacking through the Pacific Northwest rather than hiking about the place. Something happens in that setting, something a little bit otherworldly, something that is unexplainable, something nasty is afoot. This has been done in a way in other movies much better. This is worth a watch. It's okay. I gave it a 2.5. It is much better than... I'm not going to say it's much better than C-Section. I would say I enjoyed them to a similar level, but I would say this one would appeal more to other people. C-Section is a bit of an odd, quirky one. This one will appeal to sci-fi fans and to a degree some horror fans. There's nothing really gory or horrific about it. It is got a sort of scientific or sci-fi edge to it. I just thought it was okay. I thought it was wildly predictable, and I felt the idea had been done many times before. I don't want to tell you. It just says the couple aren't alone in the woods, and they might not be the same when they come out, if they come out. I don't want to tell you why or what happens. Discover that for yourself. I would say it's worth watching. It's not terrible, but it's nothing new, is all I would say. The next one I'm not going to talk at any great length about either, because this is the third movie on my list of 12 that I watched. This was recommended to me by Jamie Powell. This is Heart and Souls with Robert Downey Jr. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff when he's younger. I really do like him. He's blossomed into such a handsome man now. It's really odd to see him really young like this. So I don't want to tell you at any length what the storyline of this is about. This is a little bit A Christmas Carol. It's a little bit Quantum Leap, might I say. This guy has got the ghosts of 4 people following him around. I won't tell you any more than that, but I really enjoyed it. It's a really sweet movie. It's a really wholesome movie. The acting's all on point in this. I did thoroughly enjoy it, so thank you, Jamie, for the recommendation. That's the best one on my list so far that I've seen. I only have watched those 3, so I need to get on to some more. Cats is still there to watch, guys. People keep telling me they feel really sorry for me that I have to watch Cats. So that was a 3.5 out of 5. Jamie, thank you. And I can't really talk about this at any great length, although I just wanted to bring it up for one reason. This is a new series on Netflix called Boy Meets... Why do I keep calling it Boy Meets Universe? Boy Swallows Universe. So, I'm going to turn that off actually, because I'll leave it on while I talk about it. This is talked about as the best series that's ever been on Netflix. I'm hearing people say it's absolutely amazing, it's fantastic, 10 out of 10. This is adapted from a book. People that have read the book are very happy with the adaptation. I've watched 3 episodes so far. I think there are 7 in total. And while it's very well acted, the characters are really 3-dimensional. They're, I can't find anything really to complain about as such. Nothing real. I can't say nothing's happening because that's not true. It doesn't have that special something that I've been expecting. There's certain series you start watching, like Stranger Things is a perfect example, and after 1 episode you're really hooked. I think because Stranger Things captured that 80s nostalgia, and if you were alive in the 80s, it took you right back there. It felt so 80s. This is set in the 80s as far as I remember. Was it? Yeah, 1980s Brisbane, so it's set in Australia. It just didn't have that same feel for me, the same excitement, although it is set in a quite dismal town and the families don't have very much, so it's not that sort of Hollywood America, I suppose, so that may have something to do with it. But have you seen this? And if you have, what did you think of it? The reviews on IMDb for this are gushing, and I'm not getting that as yet. I may do. I'll keep watching the rest of it, because obviously if it's scoring, like, it's got an 8.2 overall on IMDb, so I'll keep watching. Let me just switch that off. I've got my hands in my pockets, it's freezing. Does it say that? No, it doesn't say what temperature it is. We had snow last night, so the first snow of the year. So the last thing I want to talk about is a series that's on, I maybe mentioned it briefly, can't remember whether it was here or in my vlog, a series called Traitors, which is on, in the UK, the BBC iPlayer. They're showing the UK version of Series 2. I think it's a UK show. I'm sure it is. Series 2 of the UK show is halfway through at the moment. We get 1 episode Wednesday, 1 Thursday, 1 Friday, and then nothing. And it's killing me, because I've only just started watching it on my dad's recommendation of all things. So Traitors is a reality show. Do not let that put you off. I'm not a fan of reality shows. I don't watch that sort of thing. I do watch I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, so I do enjoy that. But this is a show where like 20 people are brought in. Of those 20 people, anonymously, like maybe 3-4 of them are told you're going to be traitors, the rest of you are going to be faithfuls. The point of the series is the traitors have to try to get to the end without being identified by the faithfuls. If the traitors get to the end, or if any of the traitors get to the end, they get to take home the entire prize money that the entire team has accrued. So every week there's different challenges the teams must do to get money. And in these challenges you maybe get to know a little bit more about the people you're with. You form friendships and alliances, obviously. But if a traitor gets to the end, they take all the money. If the faithfuls manage to find all the traitors, then it is split between however many faithfuls are left. So I love it. It's fabulous. When I started watching season 2, I thought, right, I'm going to have to go watch season 1. And I sat, no word of a lie, I sat on Saturday just gone for 12 hours watching the entire 12 episodes, an hour long each. I watched the entirety of season 1 in one day. That was my Saturday, guys. Feet up, on the sofa, fire on. Isaac was at a mate's house, happy as a pig in shit, watching Traitors. I've now started, there is a US version, and apparently there is a Australia version, so I started watching the US version last night. I won't be watching them as quickly because my husband's sick of the sight of it, so I can't put him through it, but strongly recommend Traitors, guys. It's either something you're going to like or not, but For an idea, I don't watch Love Island, I don't watch Survivor, although I might enjoy that. What puts me off that is the idea of them killing animals. I don't want to see it. I do like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. If you're in the UK, you'll know what that is. I like all the challenges and the trials. But I love a programme that's about the psychology of people rather than just people getting with other people. I'm not into that sort of thing. But yeah, thoroughly recommend Traitors, guys. That's been my like fantastic thing of the week to recommend. I am currently trying to get to grips with Ghostbusters. What's it called? Can't remember. New Ghostbusters game. I've never online played games, and it makes me sad because there's just so many prats out there, and if you're a female gamer you will know that you get a lot of hassle. Apparently you can mute you can like not speak, but I think then people think you're weird for not speaking. So I've never online played games, but two of my friends have this game. Movie Massacre has it and Adam has it from APB, and they play it together all the time. I need to buy PlayStation Plus, which I don't have a subscription. I don't have it because I don't online play. So I'm hopefully at the weekend coming up, I'm gonna have my first online play of a game with them, so that will be fun. I'm shit at it because I haven't invested loads and loads of time to like learn it, because I get like swept into games like God of War, and I'll sit on it for hours. Assassin's Creed, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is my all-time favourite, Resident Evil. That's my kind of game. This one's fun and I enjoy it, but it's not the sort of thing I'm going to sit and give hours and hours and hours to, so I'm not very good at it yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm very tempted to buy the first Red Dead Redemption game, which has had, as Aaron from Screen Stars put it, a bit of a spit and polish. It hasn't even been entirely remastered. There hasn't been any massive improvements to the game, and they're now charging like 40 quid for it. You can buy the second one, Red Dead Redemption 2, for 20 quid, and they want 40 for the first one with no big changes to it. It's like, So do you buy the original release of the PS3 game, which you can get like secondhand for about £5, or do I wait until the like slightly improved version of it comes down in price a bit? I'm not paying 40 quid for it because that's ridiculous. So that's what's happening at the minute. I always forget to tell you what games I'm playing. So I'm between God of War and Ghostbusters, but I haven't been playing games that much at the minute. So the next one on the horizon is definitely Red Dead Redemption, the first one. But I do know they're releasing a remastered version of The Last of Us Part 2. Although, what they can remaster about that game, because it's incredible. I don't know that I'll buy that because I've completed. I tend to complete a game and not play it again, apart from Red Dead Redemption 2. I've played that multiple times, start to finish, because it's just such an incredible game. I'm going to stop waffling. I have to do today a review for Excalibur, a review for Heart and Souls, and there's one I want to do, which I won't tell you now in case I don't get the time, but there is another video I want to try and do, which someone else did and I loved, so I want to sort of like try and see if we can get some more people to do it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I shall be back next week with another What I Watched, and I'll let you know if the US Traitors is as good as the UK one. Thanks for watching. Over and out from Lacey Lives.